Hello everybody, Mary from Team Liquid here with Apollo. Apollo, how are you doing today?
Really good, really good. It's Blizzcon, it's the second day, very close to the finals right now. It's a whole year coming to an end, so it's a really good place right now.
Definitely. Now, who did you have your heart set out on to be your winner, to win it all?
I picked Tasia from the very get-go, despite being in the lower bracket, which was the more difficult of the bracket. I initially predicted Hero, CJ Hero and Tasia to be in the finals, with Tasia winning it.
Nice, definitely. Now, I think this is one of everybody's biggest question right now. Have you tried the new expansion yet? Have you had a chance to play with it?
Yeah, I've played about 3 games. It's not a lot, but just 3 games. I have played it.
Did you try one for each race?
Yes.
What do you think about the new units for each one of the races?
So we'll start from the top, I guess, with Terran. The Terran units are fun because I think they're a little bit overpowered right now.
Cyclone?
The Cyclone was imbalanced.
Right. Just for those of you that don't know, the Cyclone is a unit that can basically lock onto a target and attack and move at the same time from an incredibly stupid long range.
Yeah, it has almost 0 cooldown as well, so it can retarget instantly pretty much.
Yeah.
That was just incredibly powerful in the early to mid game of any Terran matchup.
Yeah.
Really strong.
And it's also only 150, right?
Right.
So it's incredibly cheap for what it is.
I think it maybe even 100 gas. I'm not sure if it's 150. I'm not sure the numbers exactly, but really powerful. And then they got the Herc, which is the guy that grabs onto things.
Yes.
That was fun. It wasn't as super powerful as the Cyclone, but it was really fun to mess around with.
Yes.
And then with Terran, I just kind of messed around with the Banshees a little bit and the Battle Cruisers. So overall, pretty fun, just quite strong right now. With Protoss, I played the least with Protoss because they haven't had the most of changes. The only major change is the Disruptor, the new unit there. That was fun, but difficult to use effectively, I felt, because I don't really know when to use it, how to use it.
Right.
You have to get the Robotics Bay to use it as well, so it's not something you can use too early.
Right.
It has really good uses. It can go in a Warp Prism as well.
Yes.
I think it's going to be very good against like flanking Marine Marauders and stuff like this, and going to be good against the mass Zerg as well. So I didn't have as much play around with that. I messed around with the Tempest. They are fast.
Yes, I think a lot of the Protoss air units received the air upgrade.
Right.
They're so much faster now.
Right. The carrier was super strong, and the Tempest is super fast. That was really fun to play with Protoss, but I think that there's still things missing, and it feels a bit weird with only 1 unit new for Protoss in the Protoss expansion, so I think we're just kind of missing some elements there,
right,
which I'm sure will probably come out soon enough. Then with Zerg, the Ravager was a lot of fun. It's a really good unit. It's really cool. It's the new Roach thing. The Roach kind of morphs into it. You get the Roach one, you need the layer, and then you can play around with the Ravager. It's got a pretty good default damage when it just fires regularly, and when it has a little ability, the Corrosive Bile, I think it's called, that's really fun. Just very difficult to hit anything with at the moment. The Lurker was a lot of fun, but difficult to use. I think it may be a little bit weak right now. But obviously all the balance is like not meant to be.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, for sure. And I suppose that was about it, messing around with Zerg. I didn't really use the Swarm Host, so.
Do you have a favorite race as the game as is right now?
I think everyone's kind of favoring Terran because it's kind of strong.
The Cyclone?
Yeah, the Cyclone's so fun. I mean, what game isn't fun that's got an imbalanced unit with it?
I was playing with Grubby and Cassandra earlier. Grubby said that this is even worse than Warhound. Would you like to?
It. Especially against Protoss, so I can see where he's coming from. It doesn't matter what you build, Zealot, Sentry, Stalker, Immortal, Phoenix, it doesn't matter, everything dies.
That's true, it just melts. Alright, so now a little bit about you. I think this year was one of the busiest one for you personally. You're just everywhere and you're loving everything with ESL, EU and everything. So for all your fans out there, what can we expect from Apollo in 2015?
A lot of the same, I suppose. This year I've done all the Intel Extreme Masters, all the DreamHacks pretty much, aside from ones that I actually couldn't go to, and all of WCS. And I'm going to be looking to do exactly the same again next year. I want to be at all the big tournaments. StarCraft is my game. It's the only thing I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. So I just want to stay with StarCraft. So I'm going to be working hard to keep that going for next year.
Over there.
That's right. That's right.
Like somebody with passion stone. But
I know that guy. And the thing is that I want to do a lot of other things such as streaming and YouTube stuff, but because of the amount of work I do with ESL as well, it's very difficult for me to do that because I don't really have enough time. You know, I work office hours pretty much with ESL currently, so I go in, I help. If I'm not playing Starcraft at the office, I'm helping with production side of things. Like, I think this can be better, this can make our show better. I want to do this for our next WCS show, so that takes up a lot of my time. If I don't end up doing that as much next year, which I think is going to be a bit weird if I don't, then I will do more streaming and stuff like this, but just a lot more of the same.
So I'm sure everybody's looking forward to that if you do have the spare time. Cool, thank you, Apollo.
You're welcome.